record in the matter of the people of the city of Lansing versus Jeffrey Smith, 25-00163. Appearance, please.
Everything all down for the city of Lansing. Jacob Raleigh on behalf of Mr. Smith.
It's a date that was scheduled for a jury trial.
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Smith would opt to plead as charged.
On the vice of rights.
I do, Your Honor.
Okay, you want to plead guilty to the charge?
Yes, ma'am.
Raise your right hand. You solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give is the truth and the whole truth under the penalty of perjury? You can put your hand down. This is an advice of rights. It's the information sheet. There's a signature here. Is that your signature?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you go over these rights with your attorney?
Yes.
You understand all of these rights?
Yes.
You want to give these rights up and not have a jury trial today?
Yes.
So that means that you're going to give up your right to be presumed or considered innocent until the city can prove your guilt by proving each count or each element of the charge of trespass beyond a reasonable doubt. You understand that?
Yes.
You're going to give up your right to question or cross-examine any of their witnesses, your right to call your own witnesses or present evidence that you think show a defense to this charge, your right to waive silence and testify at your trial. You understand that?
Yes.
Anyone threatening you to get you to give these rights up?
No.
Any promises extended to you if you give up these rights?
No.
Are you on probation or on parole?
No, I am not.
You understand that by pleading guilty, you may need to report this conviction on a job application or to your current employer.
Yes, sir.
As to the charge of trespass, how do you plead?
I plead guilty.
Factual basis, please.
Your Honor, if I may, what would allow for me to proceed as a no contest plea,
Based on what?
based on lack of memory.
You don't remember this incident?
No, I do not.
There's no objection and no contest plea.
Oh, yes.
I have a police report here, case number 25519000679. It says here, date of alleged incident having occurred on January 21st, 2025, at 11:17 p.m. at the area of 601 North Larch, City of Lansing. Officers responded to that area for a complaint of Jeffrey Smith being intoxicated, assaulting other guests and refusing to leave. Let's see, there was a PA 53, I think in place at the time, 54A District Court, defended not to commit a crime while released, not to use drugs or alcohol. I think the location of this was the outreach, is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Any further factual basis?
No, Your Honor. No, further.
Okay, the court satisfied with the factual basis, I'll accept your plea and find your plea to be freely, voluntarily, and intelligently made. You can make allocution.
This was, I think, kind of a low point. He had just been released from jail. He had the tether, so he's not able to go home to a pending case, domestic violence case, which has now been disposed of. With the outreach, he was not in a good state. He certainly will admit that. I think he certainly regrets the belligerent manner in which he was acting at that time. I don't think Mr. Smith was really a violent person or intense harm. I think sometimes he has difficulty controlling himself, but it's something he needs to work on.
I want to make a statement.
Just sorry that it happened.
How old are you, sir?
58.
And you still have to work on controlling yourself?
Yes, I do.
Is it that you have to work on controlling yourself, or you need to work on controlling yourself when you're under the influence of alcohol or other substances?
Right now I'm taking a lot of medication. It has a lot of effect on what I do.
Well, the alcohol doesn't have an effect?
Yes, it does.
Okay. You don't think you need to address the alcohol use?
I will do that.
Are you employed?
No, I'm not.
Why not?
I'm disabled. And the process of disability is pending.
Your disability is pending? What does that mean?
I'm going through the process of.
So you're not on disability?
Not yet, but I'm disabled.
You have other court dates pending other than the one that, I know there was one that was pending at the time of this. You have nothing else?
I mean, I
pending?
just have that one I had yesterday.
It's a state case with another court date on the 28th. Final.
Fine, for sure, here, though.
Yes.
Other than,
On this one.
you appear to have a substance abuse problem. I don't know if you had an assessment recently, but just looking at the police report, the fact that we had to take a no contest plea because you have no recollection, probably because you were under the influence. And the items that were listed, located on your person, there's crack pipe found in your pocket, it says. It says that there was a bottle of vodka in your pocket and that you don't even remember the incident, but that you were so incapacitated that you couldn't even speak clearly. You don't think that you need to address alcoholism?
I mean, I'm going to CMH.
Doing what with CMH as relates to alcoholism?
I mean, yeah, I'm getting treatment.
For substance abuse?
Well, I mean, I'm not sure what all it is, though, but I started that a couple of months ago.
You don't know what it is? Oh, okay. Let's set this for sentencing, please. Yeah, refer to probation.
June 3rd at 9.
June 3rd at 9. When you leave here, you're gonna go downstairs to meet with our probation department so that we can figure out how to properly sentence you. I mean, you may have to undergo a screening for substance abuse if you've not recently done one with CMH. Okay. You can appear in person for your sentencing as well, okay? You have any questions?
No, I do not.
Any additional matters for the record?
No, Your Honor.
No, Your Honor.
You're all set, so.
Thank you.
People of the city of Lansing versus Vermont Holton, 24L2911683. Council appearance.
Brandon Waddell.
Good morning, Your Honor. Assistant Public Defender Lawrence Sutter on behalf of Mr. Holton, who is standing to my right.
Okay, this matter was scheduled for jury trial for an unregistered vehicle, but my understanding is there's a resolution.
That's correct, Your Honor. Mr. Holton is going to be entering a plea today, and I do have a signed advice of the rights of my main approach.
A plea to what?
As charged, Your Honor.
We tried that already. He said he doesn't know anything about the registration. It was his grandfather's car.
Yes, Your Honor. We have discussed that about knowing what the registration of the vehicle on it. I believe that we are able to enter a factual basis today.
Raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give is the truth and the whole truth under the penalty of perjury? Thank you. You can provide me the correct. gone over your rights before. You've attempted to plead guilty to this and you were unable to give a sufficient factual basis. So you understand your right to have a jury trial in this matter, correct?
Amen.
And your right to have the city prove each element of the charge being brought against you, correct? And you want to give that right up today and now plead guilty or try to plead guilty again? Is anyone threatening you to do that?
Amen.
Any promises extended to you if you do that?
Amen.
Yes, to the charge of driving unregistered vehicle. How do you plead? Factual basis.
Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Holton, on or about November 22nd of 2024, were you present on, in a vehicle on or near Larch Street and Park in the city of Lansing?
Yes, ma'am.
Is that in Ingham County, Michigan?
Yes, ma'am.
And at that time, were you driving a vehicle belonging to another person?
Yes, ma'am.
Did that vehicle have valid registration on it at the time you were driving it?
No, ma'am.
Thank you, Your Honor. I believe that satisfies the factual basis.
Any questions from the city? The court is satisfied with the factual basis. I'll accept your plea and I find it to be made freely, voluntarily, and intelligently. The vehicle's obviously still not registered. Or is that the issue?
It belongs to his grandfather and the vehicle has since been sold. So the vehicle is not around anymore. He is saving up money to buy his own vehicle in his own name. It will be the first vehicle he'll ever own on his own.
The fine is $200. When can you pay? Okay, you'll come up and you can make payment at the criminal traffic window, or you can make payment online. You would use your case number, okay? Do you have any questions? Additional matters for the record.
Just confirm, Your Honor, did you do that due in 2 weeks?
I put 30 days on your paperwork.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Nothing further.
You're all set. Thank you. City of Lansing versus Mark Baldick, 24-02776. Council.
Brandon Wardell from City of Lansing.
Good morning, may it please the court. Jackie Moss for and on behalf of Mr. Baldick. We are both present via Zoom from separate locations. Mr. Baldick, please identify yourself. You're muted, Mr. Baldick.
Sorry, Mark Baldick here.
Okay, today was the date and time scheduled for a pre-trial. How are we proceeding on this?
I believe Mr. Bolduc is prepared to enter a plea today. The city is amending the charge to an OWI.
I meant to say that I wasn't doing, this was probably already said at the time. I'm no longer doing pleas via Zoom, because I had one day where I was almost positive more than one person was under the influence while on Zoom. So this will be my last Zoom plea, okay? That the record can reflect that.
Understood, Your Honor.
And
Thank you.
Thank you. Nonetheless, I do have an advice of rights and plea information sheet here. It does have a signature on it via DocuSign. Mr. Baldick, you did go over those rights with your attorney, correct?
Correct.
Okay, let me have you raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give us the truth and the whole truth under penalty of perjury?
I do.
Okay, you can put your hand down. Okay, you would have to give up certain rights if you wanted to accept the offer to plead guilty to the amended charge of operating while intoxicated, first offense. And so you would have to give up your right to the presumption of innocence. So you are innocent until proven guilty, and you have the right to maintain your innocence and require that the city take this matter to trial. They take it to jury trial by your right, and they would have to prove each element of the charge that's being brought against you beyond a reasonable doubt. You understand that?
Yes.
You also have the right to question or cross-examine any of the witnesses that were called to testify against you at your trial. You have the right to remain silent at trial and not have that silence be used against you. You have the right to subpoena witnesses to your trial that will testify on your behalf. You can present evidence that you believe show a defense to the charge being brought against you. You can also waive your silence and testify at your trial if you'd like. So those are all rights you would have to give up. You understand that?
Yes.
Anyone threatening you to get you to give these rights up?
No.
Any promises being extended to you, not stated here on the record, that you're considering, that's causing you to want to give up your rights and plead guilty?
No.
Are you currently on probation or on parole?
No.
Understand by pleading guilty, it could result in a conviction that you may need to put on a future job application, or you may need to report this conviction to your current employer.
Yes.
It also could be a conviction that could have impact on immigration or travel status that you may seek. You understand?
Yes.
As to the amended charge of operating while intoxicated, how do you plead?
Your Honor, if I may briefly, one moment, I just want to clarify the people's offer also included should include a Killebrew offer to no upfront jail.
Never put people in jail for, we never give upfront jail for OWIs in district court, so that's noted, but he was gonna not get it anyways.
Thank you, Judge.
Sounds good, okay. How do you plead, sir?
Guilty.
Okay, factual basis, please.
Mr. Baldick, I want to direct your attention back to the evening/early morning hours of April 3rd, 2024. On that date and time, were you operating your motor vehicle on South Pennsylvania near Potter Park Zoo?
Yes.
Was that location in the city of Lansing, Ingham County?
Yes.
Had you consumed alcohol prior to operating your vehicle that evening?
Yes.
Do you remember what you drank?
Beer. How much?
You said you drank beer?
Yes.
Okay. And did you have contact with police that evening?
Yes.
Was that contact as a result of a single vehicle accident?
Yes.
During that police encounter, did you acknowledge the consumption of alcohol?
Yes.
Did the officers administer field sobriety tests and ultimately arrest you for suspicion of operating while intoxicated?
Yes.
Were you taken to the hospital for a blood draw?
Yes.
And did the result of that blood draw indicate you had a blood alcohol concentration of 0.261?
Yes.
And do you dispute the accuracy of that lab finding?
No.
The area where you were operating your motor vehicle in South Pennsylvania, is that a street open to the general public and accessible to motor vehicles?
Yes.
I believe the factual basis has been satisfied, Your Honor.
Nothing else.
The court is satisfied with the factual basis. I'll accept your plea and I find your plea to be freely, voluntarily, and intelligently made. Your matter is scheduled for sentencing. It's going to be June 3rd at 9 o'clock in the morning. Prior to your sentencing, actually within 48 hours, you need to report to our probation department. So you need to be there no later than this Thursday at 9. We'll give you 9:30.
Thank you.
So that they can get you set up for your pre-sentence interview. I don't know, I'm assuming you've recently undergone a substance abuse assessment. If you have, that needs to be turned over to or released to our probation department. Otherwise, you'll be ordered to undergo another substance abuse assessment at your expense. And so you would, if you already did one, you would want to have that released, okay?
Understood. Thank you.
Do you have any questions at this time?
No.
Any additional matters for the record, counsel?
None, Your Honor.
Nothing for defense, Your Honor.
Thank you. You're all set for today.
Thank you, Judge.
Absolutely. Every time. A Zoom user here?
I'm sorry.
It says Zoom user. Let's see who it is. Zachary, Bobo here? Who's his attorney? Zachary, Bobo's not, his attorney's not here, so. Okay, who's identified as Zoom user? What's your name? Young lady, what is your name?
Oh, my name is Ayele. Oh, I'm fixing it right now.
So, Ayele, do you have a last name?
Almeida.
Ellie? Okay, Almeida, thank you. Okay. I see James Alfred is present. You're muted. A City of Lansing versus James Alton Alfred TV 2301138 and 240119132. Mr. Alfred, you owe $108 on the first file I named. In the second file, you owe $198. When are you gonna pay those?
I can, hello, Your Honor. I can pay those whenever. I just need to know where to go.
You can either pay them online using the case numbers that should be on your notice to appear, or you can come up and make them the payment at the criminal traffic window. I just need to know what date they're expected to be paid by.
I'm currently, I should be able to get that paid in the next hour. How about that? If that'd be all right?
It works downtown.
Yeah. I'll walk over.
He's gonna walk over. Okay, sounds good. I'll note here that you will, it's all expired, well, one's expired plate. Okay, one's expired plate. Defendant to pay today. You pay today, these matters will be all set. Otherwise, if you don't get them paid and you don't request an extension, it moves to a bench warrant status, okay?
Absolutely. We don't want that.
You do not want that, okay? Hopefully you'll get that taken care of today. Talk to you
Okay.
soon.
And
Thank
thank
you.
you.
Mr., oh, let me do hers first. Ms. Almeida.
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Alfred, you're free to hang up. Thank you. Okay, Ms. Ayele Almeida, this is TT 240286883, and it's a show cause. Says that you owe $108 on an expired meter. When are you gonna pay that?
Can I have like a reduction on that?
You have a reduction? Based on what?
When when I had the ticket, like there were some circumstances.
Okay, I'm waiting.
Well, that day, like there was like some stuff happening and I was in Proctor for too long and whatever was happening, I didn't really like pay attention to the meter when I got there.
Okay, that's why you got the ticket. Unfortunately, it looks like you got a ticket for a meter that was $15,
Yes,
and then you didn't pay it.
yes.
You got this ticket a year ago. So those are the circumstances that the court's concerned about now. You can't come in here a year later after you didn't pay the $15 and now it's got costs and fines because now you've engaged people of the court to now have to recover the $15 of a meter that you probably could have put $3 in. I don't know how long you were parked there. I mean, they got a picture of your license plate and everything in here. If anybody don't know, the city of Lansing has employed meter maids that they don't play any games, okay? They got all this information here. You were scheduled to appear for an informal hearing on September.
Found this on the web.
Excuse me? Oh,
Sorry, yeah,
I thought that was you. Was that your phone?
yeah,
Okay, you were scheduled to appear before the magistrate, it looks like, for an informal hearing on September 26th. You didn't do that either. So you just blew the ticket off, and now that it has a lot of interest, you want a reduction. When are you gonna pay?
sorry, can you repeat that?
When are you gonna pay the ticket?
Can I have like 3 months?
Are you employed?
I am.
You can't have 3 months. You already had a year, ma'am. You owe this money for a year. If you don't pay, I'm gonna move to a warrant status. You're employed.
Okay,
Yeah, when are you gonna pay?
in 3 months' time, I can pay it.
No, you're gonna pay before 3 months. You had a whole year. Where do you work?
Meta Lodge?
Why do you think that you're gonna get another 3 months to pay this ticket?
Just so I can get myself together.
What do you mean, get yourself together? I don't know what that means.
I need to get the money together.
You're gonna pay $20 within the next 7 days, or there's gonna be a warrant.
Yeah, I can pay $20 in the next 7 days.
And then you're gonna pay $20 2 weeks after that, or there's gonna be a warrant. That's how we're getting ourselves together. We're not gonna be tracking you down for a ticket you should have paid over a year ago. When you're employed, you're gainfully employed, you drive a rather nice vehicle, and you live in Lansing. Come pay the ticket so we can all move on. I'll note here, you'll pay $20 within 14 days, and you'll pay $20 every 14 days until paid in full.
That's fine.
You're all set.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome. No, it is.
I have zero comments. It's fine. They do give people those fines.
Oh my God. Oh, and they'll come back 30 minutes later. I knew again.
Right. $15 ticket.
Oh, yeah.
all right there.
We're gonna fix these roads one ticket at a time.
On the record in the matter of the City of Lansing versus Zachary Bobo, 25-00079.
Ernie Modell for City of Lansing.
Good morning, Your Honor. Assistant Public Defender Lauren Sutter on behalf of Mr. Bobo, who is standing to my right, and I have an advisory right in hand for him.
Okay, it was a pre-trial for blood alcohol content 0.17 or higher. I believe that we received a copy of his substance use assessment. I have not reviewed it because I wasn't sure why it was sent to me, but
Yeah, the facility keeps sending that to the court, even though I've instructed them, it's not ordered by the court, it's
Okay.
been suggested by me. I'm hoping they're gonna stop doing that, but he has done, and I will forward a copy to probation.
sounds good. Well, it's in the file, so I have it. Okay, so he's gonna take a plea to what?
Your Honor, at this time, the city has offered to amend to OWI first, and he is going to be accepting that today.
Okay. Raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give is the truth and the whole truth under penalty of perjury?
Yes, Your Honor.
You can put your hand down. Okay. Okay, so you understand that you have the right to continue this matter to a jury trial?
Yes.
And you can maintain your innocence until proven guilty, and the city would have to prove each element of the charge being brought against you beyond a reasonable doubt. You can maintain silence at trial, not have that silence be used against you. You can question or cross-examine any of the witnesses they call to testify against you, and you can subpoena witnesses to testify on your behalf. You understand those rights you'd give up?
Yes, Your Honor.
Anyone threatening you to do that?
No.
So any promises been extended to you if you give these rights up?
No, Your Honor.
Are you on probation or on parole?
No.
You understand that a guilty plea could result in the conviction that you may need to report to your current employer.
Yes, Your Honor.
It also could impact on travel or immigration status you may be seeking.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, as to the operating while intoxicated first offense, how do you plead?
Guilty.
Is that because you believe you're guilty?
Yes, Your Honor.
Factual basis.
Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Bobo, on or about July 18th of 2024, were you driving a vehicle on or near East Jolly Road and South Pennsylvania Ave in the city of Lansing?
Yes, Your Honor.
And is that in Ingham County, Michigan?
Yes.
And at that time you were driving a vehicle, were you stopped by police?
Yes.
And did they suspect that you had been drinking alcohol before driving?
Yes.
And had you been drinking alcohol before driving?
Yes.
Did they take a blood sample from you at some time?
Yes.
And did that blood sample test at above the 0.08 allowed by the law?
Yes.
Thank you, Your Honor. I believe that satisfies the factual basis.
For satisfy the factual basis, I'll accept your plea. I find your plea made freely, voluntarily, and intelligently. The matter is set for sentencing June 3rd at 9 a.m. When you leave here, you're gonna go downstairs to check in with our probation department. We've noted here that the substance abuse assessment is already in the file.
Thank you.
I was just in my head thinking if that could accelerate their process, but who knows? If it will, we'll let you know.
Thank you.
And so you can appear via Zoom for your sentencing, okay? You're going to get a packet of information that you need to complete a questionnaire from probation. You need to get that back into them, okay? Do you have any questions?
No, Your Honor.
Any additional matters for the record?
Nothing.
Nothing further.
Okay, you're all set. Is Derek Mitchell here?
I have not seen him, Your Honor, and I sent him an email last week, haven't gotten a response.
Oh, that's pretty consistent. Failed to appear, failed to appear, failed to appear, failed. This will only be the 5th time that he failed to appear. Even though I put no PR, 14 days.
I see Julie sometimes does go rogue on that.
Oh, no, it wasn't them. And I gotta remand you on driving my license. suspended. And now I look after that. Foster Pittman. Present.
I also have not seen him, Your Honor. I left a voicemail and a text message with him. Specifically a text message because that's how he said he wanted to be contacted last time.
Got it.
Recording.
Yeah.
Gwendolyn Allen present.
Nobody has checked in with me with that meeting.
Okay. Ignacio Orta.
He is here with his attorney and interpreter.
Thank you. City of Lansing versus Ignacio Orta, 25-00316. Appearance, please.
Brandon Rundell for the city.
Morning, Your Honor. Ebenezer Archambi on behalf of defendant Ignacio Orta. Who's right here.
You and the interpreter. Name, please. You solemnly swear or affirm to interpret in the matter completely and accurately and not divulge confidential communication, so help you God.
I do.
Thank you. Today was the date set for a pre-trial. For driving while license is suspended. And the people have reduced this to a failure to display a license.
That's correct, Your Honor.
And you want to plead guilty?
Yes.
You solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give is the truth and the whole truth under penalty of perjury. Okay. You understand that you would have to give up your right to trial to plead guilty? You understand that you would have to give up your right to the presumption that you're innocent? You're innocent until proven guilty, so you want to give that right up? Okay. Okay, you gotta give up your right to have witnesses called and to cross-examine the witnesses of the city and the right to remain silent and not have silence be used against you.
Yes.
Anyone threatening you to plead guilty? As to the amended charge of failure to display a license, a valid license, how do you plead? Guilty. Factual basis.
Thank you, Your Honor. I'm gonna be returning to the day of January 30th, 2025. Ignacio, were you driving on South Cedar Street near the city of Mason in the county of Ingham?
Yes.
And when the police officer pulled you over and asked you to just show your driver's license, is it true that you failed to display your driver's license to them? Your Honor, I believe that satisfies the factual basis. Thank you.
Another thing, City, Your Honor.
Before I'm satisfied, I accept your plea. I find your plea to be freely, voluntarily, and intelligently made. He does not have a valid license.
He does.
He does.
Not, I mean, a valid driver's license that would be valid in the state of Michigan.
He does have one?
He does.
Okay.
And I showed it to the.
Was it valid at the time of this incident or since it was? His fine is $25. When can he pay? All that.
Oh, thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
You pays in the fifth floor?
Right there at the window, right there. That last one, Morta, it needs to go to the counter so he can pay his fine.
Okay.
Demetrius Campbell here? No. Gwendolyn Allen? Kay Cannon? All right, so are we waiting? Mr. Harries, are you waiting on a particular file?
No,
Or are you just here
Your
to
Honor,
fill in?
Yeah, I'm here to assist with what can be assisted with. I understand we have Mr. Coffey and Mr. Dicki here, but I believe Ms. Sutter might be ready on when she returns.
Sounds good.
Yes. Yeah, Mr. Dawson.
Sutter, what do you have?
I have Mr. Dicki, Mr. Coffey, and in a few moments, I think we'll have Mr. Dawson.
What's this young man's name?
This is Pierre Dicki in the back corner, Your Honor.
On the record in the matter of the city of Lansing versus Pierre Rondres Dicki 24L28897071.
For City of Lansing.
Good morning, Your Honor. Assistant Public Defender Lauren Sutter on behalf of Mr. Dicki, who is standing to my right.
Okay, Mr. Dicki was supposed to be here for a explanation, no, pre-trial for failure to display. How are we proceeding?
Your Honor, at this time, the city has offered to amend to allowing an unlicensed person to drive under 257.326, and he intends to accept today. I do have an advice of rights in hand for him.
You want to plead guilty to the amended charge? I'm talking to you. Raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give is the truth and the whole truth under penalty of perjury? Okay. Would you go over these rights with your attorney? That's your signature. You want to give up all of these rights? You have any questions about these rights that you're giving up? Okay, so you're gonna give up your trial, your right to remain silent, your right to be innocent until proven guilty, and your right to have the city bring witnesses that you could cross-examine, and your right to subpoena witnesses to testify on your behalf or present evidence that you believe show a defense to this charge. You understand that? Anyone threatening you to get you to give those rights up? Any promises extended to you if you give them up? As to the amended charge of allowing an unlicensed person to operate, how do you plead? Is that because you believe you're guilty? That one always trips them up.
Yeah.
You sure? Factual basis.
Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Dicki, is it true that on or about November 25th of 2024, you were driving a vehicle on or near South Cedar Street and East Holmes Street in Lansing? And is that in Ingham County, Michigan? And at the time you were driving a vehicle, is it true that you did not have a valid license on your person? So you did allow another person without a license to drive a vehicle? That person being, you allowed a person, that person being yourself, to drive a vehicle without a license? Thank you, Your Honor. I believe that satisfies the factual basis.
I don't know what the confusion was then. Sounds like you allowed unlicensed persons to operate a motor vehicle. I accept your plea. Find your plea be made freely, voluntarily, and intelligently. Fine is $200. When can you pay? At the criminal traffic window, which is right out there, or on the court website, using your case number, they do attach a fee if you do it on the website, okay? I said you'll pay within 30 days.
Thank you.
Any additional matters for the record?
Nothing further.
You're all set. And you said you had who ready?
Mr. Coffee is ready.
On the record.
And-
People of,
I apologize, Your Honor. He does have a medical issue. Is it okay if I have him seated during the
people of the city of Lansing versus Kevin Coffey, 22-00460. Appearance, please.
Very well down for city.
Good morning, Your Honor. Assistant Public Defender Lauren Sutter on behalf of Mr. Coffey, who is taking a seat at council table now. And if I may, advice of rights.
Thank you. Okay, this was a reset of a pretrial. I think. Well, at first we were waiting for a substance abuse assessment and then I think he was hospitalized. What's the offer on this?
Reduce the IBAC to OWI.
That's correct, Your Honor.
Want to plead guilty to that, sir? The amended charge? Raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give us the truth and the whole truth under penalty of perjury? Okay, you can put your hand down. Okay, you have the right to proceed to your jury trial and maintain your innocence until proven guilty. You understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
And you have the right to require that the city prove each element beyond a reasonable doubt of the charge of operating with a blood alcohol content of 0.17 or higher. You understand that?
Yes.
That's the original charge. And that you can maintain your innocence. They would have to prove that charge against you beyond a reasonable doubt. You understand what I'm saying? If you maintained your innocence, the city would have to move to trial and prove each element beyond a reasonable doubt. You understand that?
No.
Okay. You have the right to subpoena witnesses to trial if they move to trial. And you could have those witnesses testify on your behalf. You can remain silent at trial and not have silence be used against you, or you could waive your silence and testify. And you also have the right to question any witness that they call to testify at trial. You understand those rights that you would give up?
No.
Is anyone threatening you to get you to plead guilty?
Pardon me?
Is anyone threatening you to get you to want to plead guilty today? Okay, any promises extended to you for you to plead guilty? Did anybody promise you anything to get you to plead guilty?
No.
Okay, and are you pleading guilty because you believe you are guilty?
Yes, ma'am.
As to the amended charge of operating while intoxicated, first offense, how do you plead?
Guilty.
Factual basis?
Thank you. Mr. Coffey, is it true that on or about September 16th of 2021, you were driving a vehicle on or near South Pennsylvania Avenue and American Road?
Yes, ma'am.
And is that in the city of Lansing, Am County, Michigan?
Yes, ma'am.
And at that time, were you driving that vehicle after having consumed some alcohol?
I was under the influence, yes, but I drank quite a bit the night before.
Okay. And as you were driving, there was some kind of accident or collision with your vehicle that happened, right?
Yes, ma'am.
You were taken to the hospital?
Yes.
And the police officers came and talked to you at the hospital?
Yes, ma'am.
And they took a blood sample from you?
Yes, ma'am.
And they did that because they suspected you were driving under the influence?
Yes, ma'am.
And did that blood sample come back at above the legal limit of a 0.08?
Yes.
Thank you, Your Honor. I believe that satisfies the factual basis.
Nothing from the city.
The court satisfied the factual basis. I find your plea to be freely, voluntarily, and intelligently made. Your matter is set scheduled for sentencing. It's going to be June 3rd at 1:30. When you leave here, you're going to go down one floor to meet with our probation department so they can get you set up for a pre-sentence interview. And it looks like you did already undergo substance abuse assessment. That just needs to be released to the probation department. Do you have any questions, sir?
Oh, ma'am.
Okay, any additional matters for the record?
Nothing from the city.
Nothing further, Your Honor.
Thank you. You're all set for today, sir.
Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome.
Mr. Dicki, to speak with you.
Oh, okay.
Because that judge tried to me. That's why it's not a jury trial, it's a new judge.
Who do you have?
This is Mr. Clayton Dawson sitting behind me. He is ready to go.
City of Lansing versus Clayton Dawson, 25-00193 and 25L290683 appearances.
And Waddell for City of Lansing.
Good morning, Your Honor. Assistant Public Defender Lauren Sutter on behalf of Mr. Dawson, who is standing to my right.
Okay, we have a driving unlicensed and then a no proof of insurance. We reset this to give him time to come into compliance. How are we proceeding?
Your Honor, at this time, he has provided proof of compliance on the license. He doesn't have a vehicle and won't for some time, so the city has offered to dismiss the driving unlicensed and amend the no insurance civil infraction to the civil infraction of impeding traffic. And he does intend to accept responsibility for that today.
Your fine is $135. When will you pay?
I could pay within the next 30 days.
Okay, you're all set. You're all set.
This is the judge call.
on the record on the matter of the city of Lansing versus Abbas Mortada, 24L2914501. Appearance, please.
Brendan Waddell for City of Lansing.
John McDermott on behalf of Mr. Mortada.
Okay, this was an explanation hearing for a careless driving accident. How are we proceeding on this?
Judge, I have been in communication with the city attorney office. I had been speaking to Catherine, I believe, to see if there's any chance of a reduction in this matter. I have not heard back from her, and if there's someone else now handling, then I probably need to speak to them still.
Okay, I have Deputy City Attorney Brandon Waddell here.
Notes.
Great. You wanna log in? He's gonna log in to meet with you.
Thank you.
Oh, right.
I don't even know if this person is still in custody of 640 North Cedar Street anymore. It's not related to this thing. Mhm.
Address on his letter.
Yeah, he was in jail, I think, at the time, but that was a month ago. Yeah, prior if he's still there.
Okay.
Let's see what's happening here. McDermott,
Yes, Judge.
you need to speak with your client.
No, Judge, I have full authority.
Okay, how do you want to proceed?
Judge, I did have a chance to speak with the Assistant City Attorney, and we have a resolution whereby the original charge would be reduced to an impeding traffic, and I do have full authority to accept that very generous plea offer.
It's 135 is the fine. When can he pay?
7 days, Judge?
I'll note he'll pay within 7 days. You're all set.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Thank you. Let's see.
Most of the.
Mr. Mortada, you're free to go. On the record, in the matter of the people of the city of Lansing versus Martin Hodges, 25-00441. Appearance, please.
Brandon Waddell for the city of Lansing.
Public Defender James Harris here standing in for Jacob Rowley on behalf of Mr. Hodges, who is appearing via Polycom from the jail, Your Honor.
Mr. Hodges had a false information free trial today, and I know that there was a felony connected to this, so we reset this matter. How are we proceeding at this time?
Your Honor, the city is prepared to amend the furnishing false information to a hindering and oppose, and I believe the defendant is prepared to accept the plea today. And we have an agreement with Killebrew for time served.
That is correct, Your Honor. I spoke with Mr. Hodges in a breakout room regarding the potential offer and possibly trying to work out some kind of resolution with the felony files. He indicated he would prefer to just try and get this resolved today and regarding the Killebrew to time served, I can go further into that with sentencing if we go immediately to sentencing. Your Honor.
Thank you. Okay, Mr. Hodges, you want to plead to the amended offer of hindering, obstruct an officer? I can't hear you. Can you stand up, please? Can you say something now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, sometimes it doesn't pick up when you're sitting down. Raise your right hand.
I might fall over.
Okay, do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give is the truth and the whole truth under penalty of perjury?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, see if you can pull your seat up closer, sir, and then sit down. Okay. Thank you. Can you say something?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Do you understand that you would have to give up your right to have a jury trial if you wanted to accept the offer?
Yes, ma'am.
You understand that you have the right to proceed to trial and maintain your innocence until the city can prove your guilt by proving each element of the charge of false information beyond a reasonable doubt.
Yes, ma'am.
You have the right to subpoena witnesses that will testify on your behalf. You have the right to waive your silence at trial and testify on your own behalf, and the right to cross-examine any of the city's witnesses. You recognize that?
Yes, ma'am.
And you wish to waive your right or all of those rights at this time?
Yes, ma'am.
Is anyone threatening you to get you to waive these rights?
Oh, ma'am.
Any promises being extended to you if you waive these rights?
No, ma'am.
And are you entering a plea to the amended charge because you believe that you are guilty?
Yes, ma'am.
As to the amended charge of hinder and obstruct an officer, how do you plead?
Guilty, ma'am.
Factual basis?
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Hodges, on or about February 12th of 2025 near East Kalamazoo and Cherry Street, did you have an interaction, did you meet or interact with an officer from the Lansing Police Department?
Yes, sir.
And did you resist or oppose that officer in the process of them
Yes, sir.
performing their duties and trying to check regarding a call for two subjects underneath Kalamazoo Bridge?
Yes, sir.
And is that location where you met with the officer here in the city of Lansing, county of Ingham, state of Michigan?
Yes, sir.
Any other question?
None, Your Honor.
The court is satisfied with the factual basis. I'll accept your plea. I find your plea to be freely, voluntarily, and intelligently made. I do see that he was arraigned by the magistrate back on the 13th. She gave him a 110% bond. So credit time served. He's all set. You're all set, sir.
Thank you.
For the record, are there any fines and costs being assessed?
No.
Thank you.
Untouchable brilliance.
I'll have to make sure to thank the person who did it. In some
You
way,
can
right?
let the deputy know, or do you need us to call for you to get some assistance, sir?
I just didn't know if the attorney was gonna talk to me anymore.
I don't believe so. Okay, on the record, in the matter of the city of Lansing versus Asia Bowser, 22-02911, appearance, please.
I'm here.
Jacob Brown and against this Bowser, Your Honor.
Okay, today was the matter that, or the date that I reset this matter for a pre-trial. This was for no ops. I did instruct Ms. Bowser to go to the restoration clinic. I actually stopped by the restoration clinic later that day. I witnessed the bell ringing on her behalf. So I don't know where she is in the progress of her license.
I can tell you she does have her license on, Your Honor.
Oh, we just-
This time, Your Honor, we would ask that this matter be set for a trial date.
April 22nd. And why are we setting this for a trial date? There's no offer.
There's not an offer that Ms. Bowser would accept.
Oh. Okay, Ms. Bowser, we'll see you in person April 22nd at 8:15, okay?
Okay.
You're all set.
Thank you.
No problem. Cody Swanchara.
It's not mine, Your Honor. So why he's not here? We had communication.
He's on Zoom.
Oh, I was not aware of that, Your Honor. So if you'll allow me just one moment. I can sweat out. So.
sentencing can be anytime up to a year.
On the record, in the matter of the people of the city of Lansing versus Cody, Swanchara 21L 2656931 and 933. Appearance, please.
Brendan Waddell for city council.
Good morning, Your Honor. Assistant Public Defender Lauren Sutter on behalf of Mr. Swanchara, who joins us via Zoom.
Mrs. Swanchara has a pretrial for improper loading tow and failure to display ops. How are we proceeding?
Thank you, Your Honor. There has been an offer from the city to dismiss the file related to the improper load. In the remaining file, they will be amending to allowing an unlicensed person to drive. Mr. Swanchara intends to accept that offer and plead guilty today.
Okay. I repeat the offer.
Yes, there's an offer to dismiss the improper load file and reduce the remaining driving file to allowing an unlicensed person to operate.
Okay, Mrs. Swanchara, you want to accept the offer?
Yeah.
Please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give is the truth and the whole truth under the penalty of perjury?
I do.
You can put your hand down. Okay, in order to accept the offer and plead guilty to the amended charge, you would have to give up your right to trial and your right to the presumption of innocence and your right to require the city to prove your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt at trial. You understand that?
Yep.
That means you're also giving up your right to remain silent at any trial, not have silence be used against you, your right to subpoena witnesses that will testify on your behalf, your right to cross-examine or question any of the witnesses that the city intends to call. Do you understand that as well?
Yeah.
Are you willing to give those rights up?
Yeah.
Anyone threatening you to do that?
No.
Or can you repeat that? Anyone threatening you to give up these rights?
No. No.
Okay, any promises extended to you if you plead guilty today?
No.
As to the amended charge of allowing an unlicensed driver, how do you plead?
Guilty.
Is that because you believe you're guilty?
Yes.
Actual basis, please.
Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Swanchara, is it true that on or about July 29th, 2021, you were driving a vehicle on or near Washington Ave and South Street in the city of Lansing? Sorry, the audio cut out. Do you mind saying your answer one more time?
Yes.
Thank you. And is that in Ingham County, Michigan?
Yes.
And is it true that at that time you were driving, you allowed a person without a license to drive a vehicle?
Yeah.
And that person was yourself?
Yes.
Thank you, Your Honor. I believe that satisfies the factual basis.
Okay.
Nothing, Your Honor.
Court satisfied with the factual basis, I'll accept your plea or find your plea to be freely, voluntarily, and intelligently made. Your fine is $200. When can you pay?
Your Honor, if I may.
Yes.
He does have an outstanding collections plan with 54A that I've discussed with Ms. Taylor. Would it be possible for the court to add that to that current plan?
This will be applied to the existing plan, so he'll continue to make payments until paid in full.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're all set, sir.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And then Rodney Smith, what did you want to do with that? I didn't see code, but I don't know if that's because they had not served. I don't know what's going on. Or if they believe they had not served.
My understanding, actually, he thought he had served.
Okay, I don't know why he's not here then.
I actually just emailed him.
Okay, we'll see if he appears. What about Kyla Williams?
She's on Zoom.
I recognize that. I told him that before I left.
It's my client, Your Honor. I think we're gonna resolve that through a civil infraction.
What's the offer?
Was a breach of peace, a civil infraction. Kind of, yes,
Okay, she wants to accept responsibility.
yes, sir.
Fine is $75 when she can pay.
Hear me, Kyle?
Yes.
When can you pay the $75 fine?
Tomorrow, this week, sometime. I don't know. I'll do
Can I pay by-
tomorrow. I can do it tomorrow.
Okay, $75 to be paid by tomorrow, and you're all set.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And then who else do we have?
We have, Miss, Your Honor, we already go on that.
Who?
Jamie Alma.
That's file number 23-02885. Appearance, please.
Brandon Waddell for City of Mercy.
Assistant Public Defender James Harris here on behalf of Miss Alma, who's standing to my right, Your Honor.
Okay, Ms. Arma is scheduled for a pretrial on driving while license is suspended. How are we proceeding?
Your Honor, we would be requesting one final adjournment to give Miss Alma some time to work on getting her tickets paid back. And then my understanding is, depending on the progress of that at the last adjournment, there may be a request for deferred sentencing.
Why does this have to be the last adjournment? I've never adjourned this before.
Oh. Yeah.
I know that, I see the age of the case. It looks like she just failed to appear for arraignment in October 2023. And then we arraigned her in March. So this is the first time she's ever been here.
Understood, Your Honor, that we'd be requesting a first adjournment.
Okay, how much time does she need to pay these tickets?
She's indicated it might take her a substantial amount of time. It's a pretty large amount.
Okay.
That's why we're considering that deferred sentencing as a possibility, Your Honor.
Okay, give me 60 days. That gives her enough time to make some payments and show good faith on her end. June 17th at 8:30. June 17th at 8:30. And she has outstanding tickets where?
My understanding from her, Your Honor, is there is a ticket in there is some fines in Shiawassee and then some fines in 65A.
Okay, get your notice to appear. Do you have any questions for the court today? Any additional matters, counsel?
No, Your Honor.
Not from the defense, Your Honor. Thank you.
Thank you. You're all set. Jasmine is in trial or something to that effect. So we can reset that one.
This code officer all week.
Jamira Cates. We've seen Jamira Cates. Basics at 10. Basics at 10 for Rashawn Daffin, whenever we see this. Sutter?
Yes.
Mr. Daffin is May 6th at 10.
Thank you very much, Your Honor.
No one's seen Jamira Cates.
It's my call again.
Okay.
Somebody just sat down on the bench.
Was it Miss Sutter? Three people had to go find out who it was. Look at that. Then Garcia is in custody. What's your name, ma'am? You're muted.
Stormy Powell.
Stormy Powell.
You need to speak to her.
Yeah. I don't think so.
Put a tie in a hole.
I doubt it.
More like she's on the passenger
Yeah.
side.
All right. This is our first setting, right? Today's our lucky day. First setting.
Are you ready?
When you do what you're supposed to do.
On the record, in the matter of the people of the city of Lansing versus Stormy Powell, 25L291143 and 432. Appearances.
Brandon Waddell for city.
Jacob Riley on behalf of Ms. Powell.
Today was the date scheduled for a pretrial and explanation hearing. I have an improper plea and then a no insurance. How are we proceeding?
Your Honor, at this time, the city has been given proof of proper insurance and registration, this being the first setting. We are prepared to dismiss both.
Motion to dismiss is granted. You're all set, Ms. Powell.
Ma'am, I can leave?
You're all set. Your cases were dismissed.
Oh, thank you guys. Have a good day.
Same to you. Okay, remove her. On the record, in the matter of the City of Lansing versus Gino Garcia, 24-00279. Appearance, please.
Brandon Walker, for City of Lansing.
Good morning, Your Honor. Assistant Public Defender Lauren Sutter, on behalf of Mr. Garcia, joins us via Polycom today.
Okay, Mr. Garcia has a driving unlicensed pretrial today. How are we proceeding?
The city will be amending that charge to no ops, and I believe Mr. Garcia is prepared to plead to that charge today.
That is correct, Your Honor.
That correct, Mr. Garcia? You want to plead to the amended charge of no ops in possession?
You said what?
Do you want to plead guilty to the amended charge of no ops in possession?
Yes.
Raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give is the truth and the whole truth under penalty of perjury?
Yes.
You can put your hand down. Okay, Mr. Garcia, you'd have to give up the following rights if you wanted to accept the offer. First, your right to be presumed innocent until the city proves you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. You'd have to give up your right to proceed to trial, and that's a jury trial, and your right to have witnesses called to testify that you could cross-examine and question, and the right to remain silent at that trial and not have silence be used against you. Your right to subpoena witnesses that will testify on your own behalf. You understand that?
Yes.
Anyone threatening you to get you to plead guilty to the amended charge?
No.
Any promises extended to you if you plead guilty to the amended charge?
No.
As to the amended charge of no ops in possession, how do you plead?
Say it again.
As to the amended charge of no ops in possession, how do you plead?
Guilty.
Factual basis.
Thank you. Mr. Garcia, is it true that on or about January 24th of 2024, you were driving a vehicle on or near East Saginaw Street and North Larch in the city of Lansing?
Yes.
And is that in Ingham County, Michigan?
Yes.
And is it true that when you were driving that vehicle on that day, you did not have a valid driver's license on your person?
Yes.
Thank you, Your Honor. I believe that satisfies the factual basis.
Any questions from the city?
None, Your Honor.
I'll accept your plea. I find your plea to be freely, voluntarily, and intelligently made. Looks like on March 14th, even before the magistrate, to which the bond was amended to 510%. So I'll credit him time served.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're all set.
I'm all set.
You're all set, sir. Asa Shelton,
Yes, ma'am.
okay, you are without an attorney, correct, sir?
I like one for this court date.
You do not have an attorney?
No, ma'am, I don't.
Okay, this was a no ops and a traffic device. I think I did remember, because was he supposed to, he had a license or a test coming up or something?
Yes, Miss Simmons.
I believe, yeah, I think yeah, he wanted to, yeah, that's what it was. Okay, yeah, were you able to get your license, sir?
So I wanted to talk to you today about that, ma'am. So actually literally the day I got out of the court date, I want to say an hour at 12:30, I was almost ran off the road by a garbage truck, and I ended up messing up my rear control arm and axle, so I wouldn't have passed the inspection to take my road test.
So you're looking for time?
Yes, ma'am. I was just like a small journeyman.
Do you have another test scheduled for your road test?
Yes, I have one scheduled this week.
April 22nd, 10:30.
April 22nd at 10:30.
Alrighty, thank you so much, George Simmons.
Thank you, you're all set. In the matter of the city of Lansing versus Jameer Cates. Council appearance.
Brandon Waddell for City of Lansing.
Jacob Rowley on behalf of Ms. Cates.
Mr. Shelton, I think he got frozen. Okay, I have a no insurance and then a driving unregistered. How are we proceeding today?
We'd be requesting was a pre-trial conference in 30 days. Ms. Cates believes she can fix her outstanding issues with it.
Okay, it doesn't be a final pre-trial, just it's a pre-trial.
May 20th at 9:30.
May 20th at 9:30. Do you have any questions for the court today, Ms. Cates?
I do not.
Any additional matters, counsel?
Oh, yeah.
Thank you, you're all set.
Thank you.
You're welcome.